Welcome to Red Boots and Heels.
I'm Boots.
And I'm Heels. You know what? We're going to have to talk about this whole woke thing.
Wow.
I have really kind of not wanted to because, it's such a touchy thing. It's such a, sensitive thing. But, if we don't start standing up to this, we are headed on a very slippery slope down into some pure evil stuff. And I'm not talking about the LGBT community. I'm not even talking about the trans community and people like Caitlyn Jenner. Not even Dylan Mulvaney. I'm talking about the evil side of if you don't accept and you don't do this and give us our demands, we're gonna, you're terrible, awful, transphobic people, and they're very demanding, and there is a community of these people that is very demanding and very dangerous right now in every facet.
What? You know what? I don't have to accept it, and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I am not going to accept it because it is nothing but evil. It's confusion and it's chaos, and that is, you don't have to be a Bible thumper. You don't have to be anything to recognize this as a negative energy to the world. We'll just call it that.
Yeah.
If you don't have to believe in the Bible, you don't have to believe in anything. But all you have to do is look at this and say, this kind of confusion and chaos is not healthy for anyone.
Well, not healthy for adults, but it's certainly not healthy for children. And the transgression into, this perversion, and I'm kind of call it perversion because when you have drag queens that are adamantly wanting to perform in front of children, there's a problem with that.
And it's explicit.
I mean, it's
sexually
not okay.
Explicit content. I mean,
it's not okay.
When they are shaking their stuff in their faces and singing songs about being kissed where they pee-pee.
Yeah, it's disgusting. You have all of that craziness happen right now.
And I'm gonna say this, folks. It's not even about the drag. Yeah. I would not want heterosexuals acting that way.
No.
If a heterosexual wanted to go into a public school and act
perform
that way in front of children, I would say, hell no.
Wouldn't you be one of the first people to stand up?
Absolutely
and that
not.
is why I do believe that a lot of the LGBT community is really trying to distance themselves from that, because all of my friends, and I know yours too.
Yeah, mine too.
They say we're not for this. This is insanity.
No, this is absolutely wrong. And my gay friends and family members absolutely hate the idea of children being exposed in this way to any sort of overt sexual notion.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
It is. And, and it's little by little, it's etching away what we, know as humanity here. It's etching away of the very fabric of America and what we're founded on. It's etching away on, you can't believe in this, or you have to believe in this way, or you're not inclusive and you're a bigot, you're a fascist, you're transphobic. I mean, I believe, in the anomaly, if you will, of people thinking and feeling like they're in a different body and all that. I am for that. I'm fine with that. Okay, just do it on your own, in your own home and whatever, but don't impose it on everybody.
You know what it is? It's a movement.
Yeah.
It's a movement of heterophobic. It's a movement
That's
of
what it is. It's a reverse.
Right.
Really.
It's a reverse.
Yeah.
And we're having it shoved down our throat. We're told we're supposed to accept it. I'm not going to accept it. Doesn't mean I hate anybody. Now, if you're acting violently and ugly toward, I'm probably going to have a real strong dislike for you. So take that how you want to. But this is just wrong, guys. I mean, if you can have a whole society of people confused to where they don't even know the basics of who they are, then you can tell them and convince them anything. And that's the truth of it. If people don't have any sort of history, any sort of ancestry, and if you take even the basics away of them knowing whether or not they are male or female, then they really have nothing to identify with. They have nothing to believe in.
Yeah.
They have no set of standards to fight for.
I mean, you hear about these multi-families that have like 4 trans kids in that one family. How is that even possible? I mean, 50 years ago, you didn't even hear about this.
That's influence, and that's the parents. Because
it is, but it's not really the kids.
No, it's not. That's the parents, and that's the people around those children. I mean,
shame on you.
I mean, kids are kids.
Yeah.
For crying out loud, let them be kids, but But just because a little girl wants to wear jeans and a tank top doesn't mean that they're a boy.
No.
That just means that they're a little girl that wants to wear jeans and a tank top. For crying out loud.
Well, it's not as fun, and it's not as fabulous, to just be a jeans and a tank top. You've got to go the extra mile.
Everybody has to be exotic and odd, and everybody now embraces being the oddball.
Yeah, you have to be different, or you're not liked.
You have to be special. You have to be out of the ordinary. For crying out loud. I mean, we're getting to the point where kids are wanting to act like cats at school because they feel like they have to act like that to get any attention. It's bizarre to me.
It probably goes all the way through, the whole social media and people and parents on their phones and not paying attention to their children. And I'm going to bring it up. It's not like something people really want to bring this up, but I get the school shootings are happening and all this craziness is happening. But do you realize how many is happening by trans and non-binary people?
Right. I mean, because they're confused and they're angry.
They're angry and confused.
There is a lot of emotional damage, and I mean,
first of all, there already some mental illness there, so to cope with that, then all of a sudden, but we're supposed to not be angry about that.
Right. We're supposed to accept mental illness and emotional illness and accept that as a norm. No, I'm sorry, no. I'm not.
And when I said, the Dylan Mulvaney thing, okay, here's the thing, okay. Not a good representation of any woman. I don't know of any woman, I don't know you or anybody else that flitters around like some little girl like a butterfly and has all this commentary that's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm kind of pissed off about that.
Right.
Go ahead, get on the beer cans. Who cares?
Ladies, you know what?
Yeah.
Can we take it back?
Can we?
Please. Because we have a whole generation of wacko, weirdo males that are taking away our femininity.
They really are.
Not that I'm the most feminine girl out there. I ride motorcycles and I'm a tomboy, but for crying out loud, I'm a girl. I'm a girl, and I'm much more of a girl than that thing is.
But you're also not shoving that down somebody else's throat. I don't ride motorcycles, and you don't. I mean, we're best friends, and you don't shove that down my throat. You must be this in order to be with me, and that's exactly what's happening. So let me get this straight. Okay, so we're supposed to not acknowledge and pretend basically that we are not having these feelings to keep up with the fact that you're pretending to be a woman.
Right.
So wait a minute.
You're not a woman. You're not a woman.
Yeah. I mean, and just the other day, we actually, and I've been listening to a lot of these, even other podcasts, where trans people are on, as guests, and they're saying things like, well, not every woman can have a baby, so why are you identifying them as a woman and not identifying me as a woman just because I can't have offspring? Are you seriously trying to compare yourself to a woman that is incapable medically from having a baby, and we're supposed to go, well, there's other people out there that can have babies too, so, they're now not to be identified as a woman.
It's crazy. Apparently these people didn't have biology when they were growing up in school or something, because it was pretty dang simple. I think we learned it in 7th grade, 6th or 7th grade. It's simple biology, folks. I mean, my God. Are we supposed to... We're supposed to
ignore
change
science and biology.
Facts don't change. Opinions change, and opinions can be based in BS. Facts do not change.
Thank God. Thank God for people like Riley Gaines who stood up, with the women's.
Hero.
She stands up and she's saying, no.
That's a woman.
Shame on the NCAAs because, here you've got Leah Thomas who literally has stolen the opportunity from so many women, biologically women.
Every major sport has been hijacked. Every woman's major sport has been hijacked by a ball sack.
And
oops.
It's true, but it is true. He actually
been
walks
hijacked
into
by a genetic male.
No, say it like it is. He walks into their locker room, and they're forced. These are women, that have really strived really hard. They've been robbed of their trophies, robbed of this from this man.
And
this is a biological man with his thing hanging down and walks in disrobes in the women's locker room. But yet the rest of the world is not supposed to say a darn thing about that, or they're being transphobic.
And the ladies in that locker room are not supposed to speak of being assaulted by a man's nudity. I'm sorry, I don't want it in my face.
Yeah, and then you get this guy who
was married and had a baby,
Yeah.
and then went into the military and decided to have the military pay for the sex change and all that good stuff, and then sucked at being a man, so he decided to be a woman because he could beat women up that way. This is an assault. Yeah. It's perversion. It is an assault on women. Women are being battered and emotionally assaulted at every turn by men. That's all it
Not
is.
just emotionally, but also physically too, as well.
Yes, going nuts.
It's not okay. You got the Dalai Lama sticking his tongue out and asking some little boy to suck his tongue.
How bizarre is that?
What is wrong out here?
Crazy.
I mean, what is going on?
know.
It's like the mega perversion. Well, you've got the one in the White House who tops it all. You know, the hairy leg dude.
Yeah.
You know, that likes people touching him in the swimming pool. I mean, you've got that going on. You've got showering with his daughter, who's caused her some mental problems, and it's like the world is trying to make it okay. It's what's happening.
Well, I mean,
pedophilia is supposed to be okay. Can't help their feelings.
We've been told for years that this is what would happen, and that we were going to have to take a hard stand against it. So, I mean, are people going to take a hard stand against it or not?
You know what? I don't know, because there's not that many that are. I mean, on our side, their side, in the middle, whatever. You should, right is right and wrong is wrong. There should be no left or right about this. There shouldn't. Even Caitlyn Jenner standing up and saying, get the men out of women's sports. They biologically are stronger. There is no competition. They're cheaters.
There's no hearsay about that. It's a genetic fact of science. Yeah. So, whatever, people.
Listen, a man, biological man, that wants to be a woman is okay with me. But what it is not okay with is that you, if you're one of those people, exerting your strength against someone that is of lesser strength and being proud of it means you're just a shitty person. You're just a shitty person to get into a sport and where you're biologically having advanced, and then you do this and you're proud of it.
But yet, you know what? Ladies in sports can't take like testosterone and things like that.
No,
because they're banned. But yet these idiots can tape their junk up and say that they're women and win. But yet genetic females cannot take what's considered enhancing, chemicals in their body because they're kicked out and can't compete.
There is no understanding. It's like everything else. It's absolutely crazy, and I wish we had wonderful things to talk about, but there's just so much that's not okay today.
You know what it is?
So
it's a pretty day outside. It's a pretty day outside.
Anyway, we'd like to know what you think. We'd like your comments on this. I mean, surely to God, you don't agree with this. And if you don't, if you're okay with just being okay, the okayisms is over. We have to say something. We have to stand up.
People.
We have to get behind people like her.
I mean, just say. I mean, doesn't mean you hate Bob, your neighbor, because he went outside in a tutu. I mean, it's just Bob might be a little strange. Okay, let's give him that, but let's don't normalize that, for crying out loud.
Yeah, as long as he's not bending over in front of little children next door, everything's okay with that. Nobody's saying there isn't. I mean, stay in your own damn lane.
Right.
I mean, we are not supposed to. We are the majority here. We're not supposed to have to, pretend so that you get to pretend. I mean, come on. You want equal rights. You want rights. Well, we want ours too.
Right.
Stop it. Not trying to shove heterosexual down your throat, not trying to shove straightness down your throat either, but just stop.
To say it's weird.
Well, it is weird. Okay.
It's weird.
We can say that.
Hey, everybody out there. Guess what? It's motorcycle season. It is so beautiful outside, and I think I may even go for a ride later today after we finish this.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been curious about, just in our audience, how many of you ride, what you do in your leisure time. Do you rock climb? Do you whatever? Because we live here in this beautiful area.
We're lucky.
In the country.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm partial. And I'm curious, what does everybody ride? So if you've got pictures of your motorcycle, post it in the comments, because I'd love to see what everybody rides.
Oh my gosh, I would love to see that.
I know.
That is so awesome.
I know. I always love it. And I don't care. I'm not a bike snob at all. I think if it's got wheels, ride it. If it's got wheels, drive it. Get out and enjoy life. I don't care if it's a moped. I don't care what it is. Just, I want to see. I'm always just really curious.
And we've got some things coming up here real soon, like Spring Fling's coming up.
Yeah, Spring Fling in Eureka.
Yeah.
We've got the Steel Horse Rally in Fort Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
that's going to be a lot of fun.
A bike event in Hot Springs at the beginning of, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff here in the Ozark Mountains. So,
on a lighter note,
show us your ride.
Yeah, we'd love to see that.
I don't have any beads for you, but show me your ride.
Absolutely. We'd love to see that. So comment, absolutely follow us. And for now, we're just going to say so long. God bless you, and God bless America. Bye-bye.